Hi, I'm Charlotte Coles, and I'm an associate therapist here at StorieBrook. I'm here to share with you some tips and tricks to manage holiday stress. The holiday season is upon us, and although it can be really exciting, lovely time filled with joy and gratefulness and some delicious foods, it can also be really difficult. It can be a time when we can get caught up in family dynamics, get exposed to conversations, opinions, people that feel unsafe, and it can also remind us that it's the first or even 10th time celebrating a holiday without a loved one. It can also be a time when it feels really easy to make comparisons between ourselves and other people, or ourselves and even a past version of ourselves. So we wanted to come here and share some ideas on how to create almost a holiday survival or safety plan. And we're going to focus on boundaries. So first, it's important to recognize and allow yourself to feel some of these feelings. They're important and they're going to come up. Maybe it's in reaction to people yelling about the best way to cook a turkey, or maybe it's in reaction to an aunt not respecting your pronouns. No matter what the situation is, your feelings are valid. And since it can feel like a really heightened time, these feelings can come up sooner or more quickly than they usually do. So preparation and self-care can be your best friend. Think about any boundaries that you want at the beginning, even before you go to an event. These can be things that you might be anxious about or that you know that are coming. And think about the consequences that you want to implement if someone violates them. So this can be anything from switching the topic of conversation to leaving altogether. But think about these boundaries and the consequences and make them clear. You can say something like, I know that we have different views on politics. I will not talk about politics with you. If it comes up, I will change the topic or I will leave the table. Secondly, think about and maybe scale how you feel physically and emotionally when you're at various levels of activation and the coping skills that you need in response. So maybe if you're at a level 1 or 2, like signs that, okay, I'm starting to get a little activated, maybe that's a tightness in your chest. And so if you feel that, you can say, okay, I know that I'm at X level, and what do I need in response? Maybe that's a couple of deep breaths. Maybe at level 3 or 4, it's going to the bathroom and splashing cold water on your face. But thinking about this ahead of time can really take some of the guesswork and decision making out of it when you're feeling activated. And so writing some of these coping skills down in an area that's easily accessible, like a note on your phone, can be helpful too and take some of the guesswork out of it. So think about what's worked before. Breathing exercises, tip skills, taking a walk around the block, people who can feel safe, who you can reach out to for a quick phone call or a text. It can also be helpful to bring a physical tool that you can keep in your hand or your pocket that can feel comforting or grounding, or just helpful for you. So these can include like a talisman, a touchstone, or a stim tool. So for example, in all of the therapist offices here at StorieBrook, we have this basket full of tools that do exactly that. So stress balls or fidget popper, and some ideas for this is to have things that have interesting textures or weight to them, and think about and kind of focus on, okay, what does this feel like in my hand? What does this weight feel like in my hand? How many bubbles are on this? What does it feel like when I pop them? That can help be really grounding. And also in this, it's important to consider what is in your control and what's not in your control. You can't force someone to change their mind or their opinion, but you can share your own if you think that would be important to you. You can set boundaries, but you can also burn yourself out trying to convince someone of something when they aren't listening. Finally, and most importantly, remember to seek out support from people who feel safe and engage in activities that bring you joy. The holidays can be difficult and can bring up a lot of feelings and memories, and it's important to take care of yourself and to seek belonging, because even if it's not with your family of origin, you do belong. We hope that you found this helpful, and no matter what holiday you might celebrate, we hope that you have a lovely holiday season.